first question is, where were you born and raised?
Yeah, that's, I was born and raised in Wellington, a rather large family. There were 12 of us that survived. There were others, but yeah, 12 of us survived, and I think 7 of us are still living.
Wow.
I just celebrated my 90th anniversary, so
Wow.
I've been around for a while.
That's very impressive. Yeah.
Touching on my son, Jason, we have a business that we do in exports. South America is, now this I'm talking about Golden West Industries.
Oh, okay.
We export, we do dust control products in South America. We just recently signed a jobber up. We operate largely out of Chile, but we just signed a distributor up in Peru.
Okay.
And we do have employees in Chile. They do a great job for us.
Wow.
We also have holdings or customers in Africa, West Africa. We have done business in other parts of Asia.
Wow.
So, but largely our chemical business is in South America, and of course the U.S. We do a lot in Nevada, in the gold mines.
Oh wow. Okay.
And in Pierce Oil Company, we've been in business at Pierce Oil for 52 years. I started it when I was 37. Since that time, my daughter Chris has taken the reins, and due to some problems I have with my feet and legs, I'm no longer able to get up and down stairs. That's why I'm in this warehouse.
Okay.
I'm interfering with your question, so.
No, we appreciate that too.
Okay, next question is, tell us a bit about your mother and father.
My mother passed away at age 82, 1984. My father died much younger. He was only 58 years old when he passed. He had some pre-existing conditions. In fact, when I was in the Army when Dad passed away, and they tried to get a hold of me and get me back to Wellington, but they were unable to do that. So, any question for me other than that?
Yeah. What is a favorite childhood memory?
Tell us a little bit about your childhood and maybe
I've got so
memory.
many, so many. Being raised in a very small town, I remember in Wellington, most people had a milk cow. And so they had what they called the town herd. So people like my older brother Howard and others, roughly his same age, they would round up the cows. They'd go in the mornings, they'd pick up the cows and they would take them out just outside of Wellington and graze them all day and then bring them back at night. And that was probably one of the most impressive things that I remember, is that town herd, because those cows would come by, and like in my case, we had an old milk cow named Jers. She would just leave the herd and come in and go in the corral and prepare to get milked. So that was one of many.
Well, that's neat too.
Okay, the next question is, what did you do for education or career?
My education was, I graduated from high school in the Army. I was unable to graduate due to some medical considerations. So I got a CED from when I was in the Army. Not much as far as a formal education. Most of what I've learned is through hard knocks, learning and making mistakes. But I've done more right than I've done wrong because I'm still here and I still have several businesses going and been fairly successful.
Okay, the next question is, what is the hardest thing that you've had to deal with in your career?
That's a difficult question because I've had quite a few obstacles that I've had to overcome during my lifetime. I don't know that there's one that sticks out more than the other. Losing my mother was a big blow. Losing some of my brothers and sisters has been a challenge. But I have a sister that is 2 years older than me. She's 92, turned 92 in September, so she's the oldest now. But I still have brothers and sisters here in Price, Wellington, and I have one in Oregon, a sister.
Oh, okay. How did you enjoy growing up in a large family?
You know, back in the day, my father and all his brothers and sisters all had large families. It seemed to be the way things were back then. I think it's different then than it is now because back then, mothers stayed home and took care of the families. And growing up in a large family, when you grew out of clothes, somebody behind you got your used clothes and you took somebody else's that was older than you. So it was hand-me-downs throughout my growing up in Wellington. Never had much as far as new clothing. My mother gave birth to 17 children.
Oh, wow.
God bless her soul.
Wow, that's amazing.
I say that and I have a hard time believing it, but she lost 5 children at her birth.
Wow.
She was a set of twins and twin to my sister. But yeah, she lost 5 children at birth or shortly thereafter.
Wow. Your mother's a saint.
Yeah, bless her heart. She was.
What a wonderful woman.
Never complained. Never. She didn't. We had a very difficult time when I was young. Everybody was. I didn't realize how poor we were until I got older and realized that other people had actually
pointed it out.
had things that we didn't have. But I wouldn't trade any of it.
How has growing up in a large family affected maybe your work ethic, your business, you know, your success now? How do you think that contributed to that?
Well, obviously, growing up in a large family, the first thing you learn is how to share. Shoes, pants, you know, everything you have, you learn to share. And as I mentioned earlier, hand-me-downs are commonplace. So, but like you, I wouldn't change anything. I've learned a lot. And I've been on this earth for 90 years, so if you don't learn something, in fact, I try to learn something every day. And in most cases, I succeed. So.
What advice would you give to kids just starting out in the world?
That's a difficult question, but one single sentence, I would have a hard time answering that. But you have to keep trying. You won't always make the right decisions. In fact, you'll make a lot of bad decisions. But the important thing is is to not make a decision that affects you and your body's health. And don't ever get involved in drugs and alcohol and those things that just tear families apart. But especially drugs. I've seen it in my family, not directly, but I've seen it in my brothers and sisters and some of their children. I just lost a nephew here who was 55 years old just last year. He struggled with drugs his entire life. I hired him to help me, but to help him really, but to help me. And unfortunately, it didn't work out as well as both of us had hoped. But you don't make that bad choice when you're a child. I know that some children refer to themselves when they're 17 or 18 years old. They're fully grown. They're not. Their minds are still developing. And just don't make those bad choices. It can ruin your life.
So the next question is, do you have any favorite books or movies?
I take a newspaper. You may not have heard of it. It's called the Epic Times.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I'm familiar with that.
Do you subscribe to that?
We don't have a subscription, but I read it online. I do it online.
It's a weekly. It comes out every week, and while you're reading it, it's mostly about ancient news. In other words, it's what happened a week ago. And in today's life, we're up to date almost minutes after it happens. But I really enjoyed that. It has different phases. For example, this covers mind and body.
Okay, yeah.
And this is life and tradition.
Okay, yeah.
And then we have one here that's home. Talks about various things. And then the one I'm reading right now it's also about current events.
Okay.
But I really enjoy it. I read that every week. It comes out usually on Fridays. And by the following Friday, I'm still reading it. It has a lot of really good information in it about the things that we just talked about.
Okay, yeah. Let me look into it.
It's a really, really good magazine or weekly.
Okay. So the next question is, what are you passionate about?
Talents.
I'm probably the most passionate about my family. And you can see here, I've got that's my daughter and my great-granddaughter.
Oh, that's sweet.
And it passes each one of those daily. That's my grandson and his daughter. So I really enjoy.
Okay.
That gives me a lot of enjoyment because a couple of years ago I started a savings account for my great and grands.
Oh, wow.
Well, I had one for my grandchildren, but they're all raised now, and you see some of their families there.
Okay.
But
That's sweet.
I think that by helping them when they turn 20 years old, they'll have a little bit of savings that they can use to go to school, to start a life, buy a whatever. I think that's a great way to teach your kids savings and to do the right things. I really believe in that strongly.
Yeah. And how many children do you have?
I have three. I have McKim, Chris, and Jason. Jason is in
He's in
St.
Hunt.
George.
Okay.
Chris is now runs Pierce Oil
Oh, okay.
in my absence, and Kim has a business in Salt Lake. It's called Energy Enterprises Inc. It's a over-the-road trucking company.
Oh, okay.
Kim worked for me until probably 7 or 8 years ago.
Okay.
But she is a partner in that business, and she spends a lot of time on the road between here and Salt Lake. She has an office in Salt Lake as well.
Oh, okay.
My wife passed away several years ago, and I remarried in 1904. Yeah.
2004.
And she has 3 children.
Oh, okay.
But of course, they're raised on their own. I have one in Illinois, one in California, and then Amanda, she lives in Helper.
Oh, okay.
They all have families.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, and not the family the size that you and I were accustomed to, but nevertheless, 6 children, all grown and on their own and doing quite well. So,
That's a wonderful number, too.
yeah, it is.
That's really
It really is.
And with your grandchildren and great-grandchildren, you've
Well,
got a
I have
pretty good posterity.
greats. I have to reference my notes here. I have 7 grands and 8 greats.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's of course not counting the ones that are all grown up, but
Okay.
most of the grands are from my wife's family,
Oh, okay.
and the greats, of course, from hers and mine.
From the
So,
from the older ones. All right.
Okay, so the next question is, what excites you the most about the future?
well, I'm going to go into politics a little bit here, but I'll tell you what did not excite me at all was the previous administration.
I agree.
I'm quite excited about the future for all of us, you included, with the present administration. Unfortunately, he can only serve 3.5 years at present, but I think he's doing a fantastic job. Unfortunately, we just had an election in some of those countries, some of those cities back in the east, and unfortunately I don't agree with their thinking. Politically I can't agree with any of them, but you have to look at the big picture, and I think we're going in the right direction. I think President Trump and his administration, all of them are doing a great job. I'm really quite excited about the future, especially because we're in South America. Tariffs affect us,
Right.
and trying to increase our business. Like I mentioned, we're doing some business in Africa, West Africa,
Oh, yeah.
and South America, and it's I'm really encouraged by what's happening now. I'm rather surprised that we made it through COVID. That was a very, very difficult time for us because our people in South America weren't allowed on the property. They couldn't make sales calls, and we to a large extent couldn't hear.
Yeah.
But it's coming back, it's picking up, and I didn't think we were going to survive, but we have. And I really, to answer your question about the future, I'm very excited about the future. I think there's some fantastic things happening, and there will always be those forces that try to take this country down. But as long as we have leaders like we have today, I think we'll be fine.
What advice would you give, both business-wise and life-wise? and you did kind of already touch on that, but is there anything else that you would want to say?
You know, honesty and hard work go a long way in life. Whether it's business life or just business, if you have a bad memory like I do, you can't lie to people because you forget what you said.
You can't follow up with the other lie.
So it's really important in my mind to be honest with people. Try to live the way you were taught when you were growing up. No particular religion, but I think religion in everyone's life is very, very important. I think you need that, especially young people. Interestingly, with what we're seeing now with Charlie Kirk's death and what's happened since that time, it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I see where they've started a chapter here in Carbon High.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Oh, good. I didn't know that.
Yes, I was just the resiliency of young people I've always admired, and it just be awfully careful and make the right choices. That's the important thing in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I could go on and on about that, but I think if you make the right choices and listen to your parents, seek guidance from them, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm amazed at what momentum that Charlie Kirk the whole thing has just ignited these youth, and
It's
I love
almost
it.
like someone was standing there waiting for an excuse. Oh no, I shouldn't say excuse, but a reason to reignite religion in our lives.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm amazed.
yeah.
He's done something that I think everybody wanted to see happen.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he gave his life doing it,
Yeah.
but
You could call him a martyr.
yes.
You could call him a martyr for that.
I was watching his widow last night. She's an amazing lady.
Yeah.
Just, and her, she just, Charlie Kirk was sent here for a reason. Unfortunately, he lost his life in Utah, which was, who would have ever thought somebody in Utah would be out to take someone's life. Imagine now, you're one person, the first person I've ever talked to that had a relative in that audience. But as you look at what the followers, it's just exploded.
Yeah.
And especially in the young people, which is where it needs to be. Unfortunately, there's still a lot of people that have made bad choices, but boy, I think he has been an influence, a positive influence on our, especially our younger people.
Yeah. And said,
You raise a family, you do the best you possibly can, then you send them to a college, and you have some numbskull teaching them, instead of teaching what he's there to do, they teach them the wrong things.
Yeah.
I think President Trump is working on that now. I don't think that politics and private opinions necessarily need to be mixed, but I also don't, I strongly feel that teachers should not become involved in family matters.
Oh, yeah.
They should teach what they're there to teach and no more,
Right.
no less. I'll try to warp people's minds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you can. I've seen a lot of. In fact, most of my family have graduated. My son went to Southern Utah. Well, and that's Cedar. My two daughters chose not to go. They both. Kim started college and then she chose to stay working for me. And I think that's another good choice. If you work in a family business, you learn how to treat people, be honest with people. But to send someone at an impressionable age, 18, 20 years old, to a college and then have some professor take over and warp their minds, I think it's unfair, really unfair.
Yeah.
The last time I went to the doctor told me, Ellis, he said, if we could pin you up by your ears and leave you so you couldn't go to work and do the things you're doing, but you know, that's unfair to me, and I love what I do, and I don't get a lot done here, but I feel like at least I'm somewhat useful. Yeah, and I'll probably, well, I'll do this until the good Lord tells me to do something else. Like I said earlier, I could probably go on and on with experiences I've had throughout my lifetime, but all in all, I think I've been blessed. Raised in a big family and being raised with poor. That's the best way to describe it. We didn't have much, but we didn't realize it at the time. And I'm thankful. I really am thankful. I don't know why I'm still here. Must be a reason, but enjoy every day. It's like I tell my wife when I leave the house in the morning, enjoy today because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
And while I hope nothing bad happens, there's always that chance.
Well, that's wonderful. Thank you.
I appreciate your time.
Well, we appreciate yours. Thanks for letting us have this time.